Adrenaline junkies, welcome to Mind Rush. Get ready to dive into heart-pounding chases, jaw-dropping action, and the most thrilling moments caught on camera. Let's get your heart racing. On December 27, 2022, Florida Highway Patrol Dispatch receives a call about a possible stolen Ford F-150 being pursued through Suwannee County. The truck, reportedly taken in a violent carjacking out of Hillsborough County, refuses to stop for troopers. By the time it hits mile marker 250, multiple units are already in tow, and one trooper takes the lead. The stolen Ford barrels westbound at over 100 miles per hour, darting across lanes and even passing on the shoulder in a desperate attempt to escape. Sirens scream, radios crackle, and troopers stay glued to the suspect's bumper. At one point, the speed suddenly dips to just over 50 when a deputy pulls alongside, but the driver still refuses to give up. Clearly, slowing down doesn't mean surrender. Troopers move in and deliver a PIT maneuver. The white Ford spins out and comes to a stop. The driver, later identified as McKenya Crystal Thomas, is pulled from the vehicle and taken into custody without further incident. Thomas was charged with reckless driving, fleeing to elude law enforcement, resisting without violence grand theft auto. From triple-digit speeds to a decisive PIT, this chase stretched across counties before coming to a clean end. Thomas may have thought a stolen F-150 could outmuscle troopers, but in the end, all it got her was a ride to the Madison County Jail and a stack of felony charges. January 2, 2023, East Point, Georgia. At 10:35 a.m., Georgia State Patrol troopers joined forces with East Point Police to apprehend 19-year-old Matthew Gaskins, a suspect with a rap sheet spanning multiple metro Atlanta agencies. He was wanted in connection with cases under investigation by departments including College Park, Hapeville, South Fulton, and even Georgia Tech PD. Authorities located Gaskins in a stolen Jeep Grand Cherokee near Washington Road and Pearl Street. But before any warrants could be served, Gaskins hit the gas, and the chase was on. Gaskins veered off-road and barreled through a backyard in an attempt to shake pursuing troopers. With no intention of stopping, he re-entered the roadway and continued down Washington Road, damaging several vehicles along the way. Troopers initiated multiple PIT maneuvers in a tightly packed area, trying to bring the suspect to a halt without endangering the public. But Gaskins wasn't done yet. The pursuit came to a crashing conclusion at 3100 Washington Road. Troopers performed another pit attempt, and this time the Jeep slammed into a power pole, disabling the vehicle completely. Troopers moved in, and Gaskins, likely realizing he was out of options, surrendered without further resistance. Charges: Gaskins was taken into custody and is facing numerous felony charges, including possession of a stolen vehicle, felony fleeing and eluding, and warrants from multiple jurisdictions. Additional charges are likely as investigations unfold. From backyards to power poles, Matthew Gaskins turned the streets of East Point into his personal getaway maze. But with 7 departments watching, he wasn't going to outrun the long arm of Georgia law for long. On January 13, 2025 in Broward County, Florida, troopers with the Criminal Interdiction Unit team up with the Broward Sheriff's Office Burglary Apprehension Team. Their target? A black Mercedes SUV linked to multiple felony warrants. The vehicle is spotted rolling down Sunrise Boulevard, and troopers move in for the stop.
Where are you at, Bodeo?
I'm at 9th. I'm right behind. I'm right in front of you guys. Okay, come. Hey, I got it.
Line it up, line it up, line it up!
What's up? It's right there.
The Mercedes refuses to comply and immediately takes off, swerving aggressively and blasting down Sunrise in total disregard for traffic and property. A pit attempt is made but doesn't end it. Instead, the driver bails mid-spin, and the passenger slides into the driver's seat like it's a bad action movie stunt. With the car still barreling westbound, the chase pushes on, troopers staying close, waiting for the right moment to end it.
To the other side, to the other side, pin him to the other side! Be careful, hey, be careful!
Be careful! If there's any additional units in the area, line 95 and Sunrise.
Hey, they're still going! Go out the window! Go out the window!
That moment comes as the Mercedes nears I-95. Trooper Silva executes a decisive pit, sending the SUV spinning, overturning, and coming to rest in the grassy median. Troopers rush in, issue commands, and all 3 suspects surrender. Inside the vehicle, 3 firearms, adding weight to the already long list of problems these suspects now face. Charges: the suspects were booked into the Broward County Jail on charges including multiple felony warrants, fleeing to elude law enforcement, reckless driving, weapons offenses. From a warrant stop to a full-blown pursuit, this Mercedes crew thought they could rotate drivers and rotate tires at 100 miles per hour. Instead, their SUV rotated into the grass, and all three rotated straight into custody. On December 27, 2022, troopers in Columbia County spot a Cadillac flying down I-75. The driver is cutting off a van, nearly rear-ending another car, and topping 100 miles per hour. When troopers light him up, instead of stopping, he floors it, pushing speeds to 115 and racing southbound into Alachua County. The chase barrels down the interstate, troopers calling out speeds of 110 as the Cadillac swerves across lanes, flirts with exits, then dives back onto I-75. Traffic is moderate but yielding, giving troopers a slim chance to keep the pursuit contained. With sirens wailing and units stacking in, the suspect keeps pressing, showing no sign of giving up. At this point, it's clear he's either fearless or just not very attached to that Cadillac.
Trying to exit. Alright, we exited.
After nearly 25 minutes, troopers finally box the car in and force it off the road. The suspect, Dylan Duquette, is pulled out and cuffed without further incident. Once in custody, he admits he was high, panicked, and got scared. Troopers also learn he has an outstanding domestic warrant and admits to having a small amount of meth inside the car. Duquette was charged with fleeing to elude law enforcement, reckless driving, possession of a controlled substance, outstanding domestic-related warrant. From 115 miles per hour sprints to weaving across exits, this Cadillac run stretched through 2 counties before coming to a hard stop. Duquette claimed he just panicked, but in the end, all that panic bought him was a stack of charges and a new ride straight to county jail. On May 2nd, 2025, in Lee County, Florida, troopers attempt to stop a driver who refuses to pull over. What starts as a routine stop quickly escalates when the suspect presses the gas and sparks a pursuit down county roads. The driver weaves through traffic, sometimes crawling slowly, then suddenly surging forward again. Speeds vary, but the danger doesn't. Sirens echo, radios crackle, and troopers stay glued to the suspect's bumper. At this point, it's clear he's not trying to get away so much as buying himself time, though from what, nobody seems to know. Troopers decide enough is enough and move in with a PIT maneuver. The white sedan is spun out cleanly, coming to rest on the shoulder. Troopers order the driver out at gunpoint. He's handcuffed without further struggle, though he loudly calls on "Oh Lord Jesus" the entire time. The driver was charged with driving with a suspended license, fleeing to elude traffic offenses, possession of a white powdery substance, pending lab results. From slow rolls to sudden bursts of speed, this chase never looked like a serious escape attempt, but one pit maneuver ended the show. The suspect swapped his steering wheel for handcuffs, and his pleas to "Oh Lord Jesus" now come from the back of a patrol car. On September 11th, 2025, law enforcement in Oklahoma and Arkansas team up after a Jeep Wrangler tied to a counterfeit money investigation refuses to stop. Speeds are already pushing 100 as the chase barrels east on I-40 toward the state line. Arkansas State Police units set up, ready with spikes, but the Wrangler blasts through before they can deploy.
Going to the TVI. Seven southbound, hopping on 540. 10-4, 7 southbound. Got the Cloverleaf going for TBI. 10-4 south Cloverleaf. Another TBI, unsuccessful. Still southbound, past Cloverleaf. 10-4, unsuccessful, past Cloverleaf. Speed 98. 10-4, speed 98.
Somebody up there around the 5 got spikes ready.
11's at 3.
The Jeep continues south onto I-540, weaving recklessly and hitting speeds up to 120 miles per hour. Troopers try spikes again, but no luck. A first tactical vehicle intervention attempt fails, and the suspect keeps pressing forward. With every mile, the Wrangler becomes less of an SUV and more of a rolling hazard, as traffic clears and troopers line up for another shot.
Right there, the Jeep. Oh man, don't do that.
I don't think you get it. Sure, no. Thirteen 44th bed just by, let him know that he's swerving in the now, trying to stop the TBI. Motor check. 10-4.
Whatever, TBI. TBI. 1316, roll over. 10-4, TBI, roll over.
Crossing the Arkansas River Bridge, troopers make their move. A second TBI sends the Jeep spinning, slamming the median, flipping onto its side, and skidding across the interstate before crashing into the guardrail. The driver, Maurice Gonzalez, crawls out and initially resists handcuffing, forcing troopers to use a stun device to bring him fully under control. He's taken into custody, treated for minor injuries, and transported to jail. A search of the Jeep uncovers meth, marijuana, a grinder, scales, and a pipe, confirming Gonzalez wasn't just running from counterfeit charges. Gonzalez was charged with no liability insurance expired tags driving on suspended license, felony, fleeing reckless, driving resisting arrest possession of methamphetamine. From a counterfeit money case to a 120-mile-per-hour run across 2 states, Gonzalez managed to collect more charges than a shopping cart on Black Friday. His Jeep may have flipped, but in the end, the only thing rolling now is his court dates. On August 29, 2025, in Little River County, Arkansas, state troopers were working a sobriety checkpoint at the intersection of Highway 41 and Highway 234. A white Chevrolet Tahoe rolled in, and the driver, Kenneth Terrell, admitted he didn't have any ID. When troopers directed him to pull aside, he instead hit the gas and bolted southbound on Highway 41. With sirens lit, the chase was on. Terrell pushed his Tahoe recklessly down the highway, passing in no passing zones and nearly colliding head-on with oncoming traffic. Every time troopers tried a tactical vehicle intervention, he either braked hard or swerved to block them. With a packed high school football game nearby in the town of Foreman, troopers knew this had to end before it got any worse.
Pass me, get up there.
Corporal Jones finally made his move, steering into the Tahoe and forcing it off the roadway. The SUV plowed through a ditch before coming to rest upright in a pasture. Terrell tried one last trick, hiding under his own vehicle, but troopers quickly pulled him out and took him into custody without further incident. He was evaluated at the hospital for minor injuries, then cleared and booked into jail. He was charged with so many charges that now I think I will get old telling them: felony fleeing with substantial danger of death, driving with a suspended license, no insurance, fictitious vehicle license, reckless driving, failure to obey a police officer's seatbelt violation. He was also served with warrants for violation of a domestic protection order, attempting to defraud a drug screening test, parole revocation. From a checkpoint stop to a pasture crash, Terrell tried everything: fake tags, reckless driving, and even hiding under his own SUV. In the end, none of it worked. What started as a simple ID check ended with a Tahoe in a ditch and Terrell facing enough charges to fill a playbook. Just after 11:20 p.m. in Little Rock, Arkansas, officers spot a stolen vehicle flying down Stanton Road. Arkansas State Police take over as primary, and the suspect keeps pushing south on Baseline, swerving recklessly in a desperate attempt to get away. With traffic light and troopers closing in, it's only a matter of time before the chase comes to a stop.
Down on Stanton, about Regina Circle, 45 miles an hour. See, I'm gonna get up here to lower around. We're still southbound on Stanton. Speeds are about 60 miles an hour. We'll be approaching Baseline here shortly. Later on, when you're out. primary. That's down on baseline. TBI on baseline. Baseline is down. TBI. Right now, G, front curve right southbound behind the Dollar General.
Troopers move in and deliver a clean TVI, sending the vehicle to a stop in the middle lane. 2 suspects bail out, the driver sprinting one way, the passenger the other. Troopers quickly run down the passenger, while Little Rock police chase and capture the driver, identified as Jabron Lewis. Both are taken into custody without further incident. Lewis was charged with theft by receiving failure to stop after accident with injury, death, criminal mischief fleeing from Stanton Road to Baseline. This stolen car chase ended with a clean TVI, a pair of fleeing suspects, and 0 chance of escape. Lewis turned a stolen ride into a short sprint and a long list of charges waiting at the jail. Thanks for riding the adrenaline wave with us here at Mind Rush. If you're hungry for more heart-pounding action and edge-of-your-seat excitement, don't go anywhere, because we're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more mind-blowing moments coming your way soon.